You will not believe what you can buy for $5.5 million. This is a brand new 2025 Azimut S8, and this is what it gets you. This is great. Which is fantastic. You come out from class. Get captain's license. Hello everyone and welcome to another YachtWay Spotlight. Today I am going to take you on a full thorough walkthrough of this brand new 2025 Azimut S8, and we're starting a walkthrough all the way from the aft deck now. And what's unique about this boat, while the S8 is not a brand new model, it has a brand new interior, and you will not believe what an amazing design they have gone with. On the starboard side where you have your swim ladder now, so this comes out, easy way to get back into the water. Also, this whole back panel opens up and becomes like a large sun deck in the back, and behind it is where you have a tender garage now for your tender as well as for your 3-people jet ski, so a great place to keep all your water toys stored at. Port side is also where you have an Elka carbon fiber shower, so you can remove this cap, put a freestanding carbon shower here and rinse yourself off once you come out from the water. As we walk up now from the starboard side, handrails on both sides, port starboard, so it's very safe to walk up. Also, if you have a high dock behind you, you have a passerelle that comes out all the way, so an easy way to embark and disembark the boat. Once you get to the aft lounge area now, you have a side boarding gate or side gates on both sides, so if you have small kids, you can make sure that they're not going to fall off the boat. Sunbed all the way aft. If you do want to get extra shade, you have these covers here, which you can move off, and you can put carbon fiber poles and add a shade to the top, so this whole area becomes shaded. Not to mention, what you can also do is raise up these backrests. These are on hydraulic lifts, so now you have a nice like a lounger. Now stepping towards the middle area of the aft lounge, you have deep seats where you can enjoy the views forward, be part of the conversation of the dining area, or watch a TV. So you have actually a TV that pops all the way out. And if you're wondering, well, if I'm watching a TV, maybe I want to watch it from the dining area. For that, what you can actually do is push a button, and now this whole TV actually pivots to your dining area, so you can watch it from wherever you are. You have a carbon fiber table. This, by the way, opens up so it becomes an even larger one. Carbon fiber. Now, this is something that is important about this boat. While the hull is a composite, the superstructure at the top is all carbon, just to make sure to keep the lightweightness of the boat, because S stands for Sportline. So this is why they have gone with the carbon fiber sporty look. You have these director's chairs, easy way to store them away. If you don't want, you can just collapse them and put them into your large tender storage. Not to mention, you also have cup holders on both sides, so you can have 4 cups easily accessible. And like with every boat, what's important is storage. So right underneath the sunbed here is where you actually have a place to keep all your covers. You see all the covers for the boat right now nicely stored away, because on a boat there's never enough storage. Talking about storage, right in front of the TV is where you have this summer kitchen type of place. So you have a faucet here with a prep area, and of course an ice maker and a fridge. So you have isotherm fridge and ice maker, so easy way to grab a drink or make one for yourself. So as we keep moving in a boat, I do want to point out that you also have speakers all the way at the top. So whenever you're lounging here, you can make sure that you're listening and hearing your favorite tunes. Not to mention, you also have your Garmin aft camera, so when you're docking or your captain is docking, they can easily see what's going on behind the boat. On both sides, port starboard, is where you have side boarding doors. So if you do want to get an easy access and you have a side dock, this is where you would get off from. And this is, like I mentioned, on both sides, port and starboard. On both sides, to kind of emphasize the whole sporty look to it, you have this carbon fiber columns. These are not structure or anything, but add as a great design element. Plus, I do like you have this nice window here letting in natural light, and this overhang as you walk towards the bow, you're shaded from the rain as well. Now also, talking about shade, underneath this shade here is where you have your helm station, your docking helm station with the joystick control and your engine start-stop button, as well as your bow thruster, side power bow thruster, so an easy way to dock it when you are, or your captain is in close quarters. Keep walking. This is now where you have access to the crew cabin, which we'll come back to in a short while. As we walk towards the bow, while you have this nice protective element of the gunwales, this sits slightly lower, and you will see what I mean when we're inside. It really makes you feel like you're part of the whole water experience, and the gunwales are not coming all the way up, kind of killing half of the view while you're sitting down. As we keep walking, large windows on both sides, so let's see, as you can imagine, a lot of natural light. A handrail as you get to the meat part of the boat, so you can easily grab onto things. And once you get towards the bow, you're now greeted with a large windshield for the helm station, large windshield wipers with caps here for the carbon fiber poles. So if you do want to put a shade out and give yourself more place to tuck under, you can easily do that. Your pop-up lights. So if you want to add like mood lighting here, you can do that. And also cup holders, you have 2 on either side. So 4 cup holders just for this C-shaped seating, not to mention a carbon fiber table right in front of that as well. And of course, storage bins on both sides. So even more space to keep everything nicely stored at. Your audio control here, why do you need an audio control? Well, because you have speakers on both sides, so you can make sure that you're hearing all your favorite tunes. Plus, these cushions are very nicely plush. They feel like fabric, but it's mostly like a synthetic material. Matches with my pants. By the way, there's no, I didn't match myself for the boat. It just happened to be like that. You also have cup holders over here for maybe you want to put even a tequila bottle, or maybe you want a large water bottle, whatever you like. Plus, these fold out, so if you do want to use it as a bigger storage, you can do that. Now, to attach the bimini now towards the front, 2 in the back and 2 caps over here. So this whole C-shaped area is going to be shaded. Now you also have 2 extra sunbeds facing forward. Now if you don't want to face forward and you want to face backwards, what you can do is actually you can lift them up just like this. Voila. And now you can be part of the conversation with the people sitting behind the C-shaped table. How cool is that? And now this cup holder makes sense over here as well, because you can easily grab it, not just when you're using it as a sunbed facing forward. Pushing this back down, voila, just like this. And obviously all the way towards the bow is where you have your 2 big cleats for your lines, as well as your anchor winch controls here, and your anchor locker controls. Locker controls anchor locker access. So this is where you access your chain now, your fenders, etc. Everything is easily accessible. Push this back down, close this up. And you know, I like the fact that even for the latch, they've added this extra cover, so you won't hit your toes or anything against it. And if you want to add extra light or mood lighting for your bow area, you have the same pop-up lights on either side. Now stepping to the flybridge, now you have these wide steps, and what's also cool is what you can do is you can slide off this whole area. Now if you want to close up this whole thing, making sure your kids are not falling into a black hole, yeah, boom, you can slide it just like this. So now this becomes nicely covered and everybody stays safe. Once you get to the top, what's unique about it is it's sports fly, but even though it's a sports fly, you have a pretty large flybridge area with a canvas bimini top, which is, by the way, electric. So it also has lights integrated within, so when you're dining at nighttime, you can rest assured you'll see everything. Not to mention you also have pin lights all around, so a great way to light up the whole flybridge area. Now talking about lighting up, because you would maybe want to light up your dining area, for that you have this cushion which you can remove. You can also push it all the way up, and now it becomes a dining table. Not to mention this one is once again made of carbon fiber. Now carrying it on the flybridge, on the port side is where you have your summer kitchen now, with a barbecue right next to Kenyan barbecue sink, so you can clean your dishes if you want. And also you have a fridge and an ice maker right below that. Right next to the galley area is where you have your helm station, and in between is where you have this small lounge area. Getting to the helm station now, you're greeted with a dual Garmin 16-inch monitors, which obviously you can configure whichever way you like. Talking about cameras, for example, for this boat, you have a proper FLIR all the way in the dead center. And this one, if you want, you can move this camera around whichever way you like. You can see everything that is going on around you. If you want to change a source, maybe you want to see what's going on in the engine room, you can most certainly do that. This boat has more cameras than you can possibly imagine. You also have a cockpit. This is the one that I showed you now at the top, so the captain can see, or the crew can see, what's happening on the sunbed. And then engine room. So we see also engine room starboard side. So you can have easy access to absolutely everything, not to mention your charts, etc. Dead center is where you have your Azimut steering wheel, which again is large, you won't miss it. Throttle controls on your right hand, under your right hand side, your joystick control. I mean, everything is very much straightforward. And this is now your Azimut systems control panel. So if you want to manage your electricity, etc., you can see everything, all the pumps, etc. You can turn them on, off here with your Seakeeper control screen right behind this panel, your quick chain counter behind this panel, and your Fusion audio control, your lights, etc. Everything is right here. Now, of course, we have to come and show you this large column here and what it has. You have a large size proper horn, especially very needed in South Florida. Right above that is where you have your open ray radar. Above that is where you have a Starlink. This boat, as you can see, doesn't have any domes. So I tell you, the industry is picking up on a style that domes are the yesterday story. By the way, you don't see them on many of the brand new Azimuts, which is pretty cool, but you see every one of them actually has a Starlink, a marine grade Starlink. Plus, right above that is where you have the FLIR night vision, and you also have your navigation, anchor lights, etc. So yeah, everything is easily accessible, and this is your VHF control. Alrighty, stepping inside the Azimut S8. Obviously, you can close up this whole area, and if you want, you can slide the windows all the way open, so lets a lot of natural air come in. And once you are inside, what a light place this is. I love how you have a lot of natural light that comes in on both sides, large windows, almost going like from floor to ceiling, even though they're not going, but they've made this effect possible with this low-hanging furniture. So the seating arrangement is normal height, but the backrests are actually lower, so it gives you this very good feeling of being close to the water, and you feel like you're part of the whole open water experience. And if you look at now outside, this is what I mentioned earlier, the side gunwales are sitting slightly lower as well, so even though you're on quite a large yacht, it doesn't feel intimidating, and it feels as if you would be on a day boat per se. Now, as we keep walking, on the starboard side, you also have a TV that comes all the way up, so whatever movies you want to watch, you can definitely do that. And to add privacy, because maybe you are in a marina like we are right now, and you want to hide yourself from the neighbors, you have electric curtains that come all the way down. So it gives you plenty of privacy as you're enjoying your favorite movies. At the top, you also have a speaker, so you can make sure that you hear everything that you're watching, plus nice slatted ceiling panels over here with recessed spotlights, so it gives you this nice glow of light. And talking about glow of light, they've really thought about it throughout the boat. So you have LED track lights right above the curtains to add this mood lighting, as well as track light that goes all the way from the back towards the bow, and you will see these nice spotlights integrated all across. And the first one you can actually see right over here with an accent lighting on the wall panel here. Playing with light wood, I love the fact that they have eliminated these sharp corners, so you see nice curved angles transitioning into the leather paneling. And the leather paneling is not just that you see on the walls, you also see them on the furniture. For example, here you have a nice panel that covers up a storage bin right next to the couch itself. And I love the light leather color, gives you this almost like an Hermes look with orange, light beige tone cushions. And that transitions now straight into the midship area with dining area for 8 people. S8, 8 people, makes sense. Right next to the dining area is now where you have this small bar where you can prepare your meals. Now, if you do obviously want to have a larger cooking experiences done on the boat, there's a galley right down below, which we'll come back to in a second. But this is a great place. You also have, of course, a faucet. This you can lift up just like so, uncover this lid here. So you have a sink here. And you know what I like about it is there's no drain visible for the sink. So this surrounding is actually where the water kind of goes around. And it looks nice even when the sink is open just like it is right now. Now, I mentioned about the lighting, and they pay a lot of attention to it. Even the small tray that is here, so you can keep your cocktails over here. Maybe you want to keep some lime, lemons on top, you can do that. And underneath is an additional track light, so it gives you this nice smooth lighting. Right below that is where you have your ice maker and a fridge, so whatever drinks you may want to grab, you can easily do that. Not to mention a nice pull-out cabinet for all your glassware. So this one sits just like this, and now you can pull out your glasses, and everything is nicely stored away over here, so they won't fly off as you're cruising around. Same thing goes for your cocktail glasses. On your port side now is where you have access door for the captain, so if they want to get out, they just push a button here, unlatch it, and push this one open. So easy way for a captain to get out if they need to do moorings. By the way, this one is powered by IPS 1350 engines, triple of them, and because of the joystick, it's very easy to dock and maneuver around, even if you are an owner-operator. Once you get to the midship area, also right above the dining table is where you have a truly an oversized sunroof, letting in ample amount of natural light, making this place feel even brighter. And of course, if you do want to add shade, you can have easily the shade extended out, and now you have cooler area over here. Now, before we step to the helm station, I want to point out what's underneath it. So you have your cabinets for your dishes, and of course, as an Italian brand, you have to have your proper espresso cups, which are neatly organized and nice cutouts for every cup, and more dishes also on your right side here. Getting to the helm station, behind the seats of the helm seats look as beautiful as it does at the front of it. So you have a slat of chrome here in the center, Azimut logo, and the column that the seat sits on is covered by leather, and you also see the nice stitching right below that. Stepping around to the helm station itself now, you can configure it quite a few different ways. So if you want, for example, you can adjust the seat, go up, have the seat maybe go forward, you can do that. And if you want to lean against it, I mean, it's comfortable for that. You have great visibility out, large bow all the way ahead of you, great view not just to the bow, but also port starboard, as well as all the way to the aft. Now, if you do want to sit here, you can obviously set it up just like this. Also, you have a footrest covered with leather that you can easily stand on. Yeah, I mean, this is plush. Feels comfortable. Everything in the helm station, you see all the paneling here covered with nice leather. You're stitching all around. AC vents too, so as you're cruising around and if it's super hot outside, you can rest assured that you're going to be cooled down at the helm seat. On your left hand side is where you have your throttle controls for your Volvo IPS 1350s, your joystick control, your skyhook, as well as your docking modes, etc., which you can use to maneuver this thing around. Your grid control, so you don't have to touch the panels in front of you. You have two cup holders. Everything that you would imagine that you would need at the helm station, you have it at the hand's reach, with a nicely painted half of the helm station to match the exterior hull color.
Looking at yachts on YachtWay? You can now apply for financing right from the listing page. It's called Easy Fund. No middlemen, no hassle. Just fast approvals with trusted lenders. Find your perfect yacht and finance it on yachtway.com.
Now it's time to go check out below deck the cabins. The steps are very wide, the walkway itself is very wide, and there's ample amount of headroom. Obviously it goes all the way to the window, and once you come down, you have this nice landing which leads you to the galley area, and the galley area can be closed out with this pocket door. So whoever is cooking over there, you can rest assured that the smell is not coming out, and you maybe are not hearing the pots and pans clinging inside. All the way to the end of the kitchen now, or the galley, is where you have your 4-burner cooktop. Right above that is where you have your 2 portholes. If you want to let natural air in, you can. Right above that is where you have your range, so all the smoke goes away. And right below the cooktop is where you have your oven, so whatever meals you want to do, you can easily do that. Forward, you have 2 sinks, so if you want to do, apples, cleaning apples in one and dishes in another, you most certainly can. Ample amount of storage area right above that, more storage area right below, with a drawer that reveals your cutlery. This boat is so brand new that everything is still inside a plastic. If you want to search for your perfect brand new boat or pre-owned, visit yachtway.com. It is the most modern yacht listing platform in the entire world, where you can also explore select yachts in full 3D. Carrying it on your towards the aft now is where you have your dishwasher, so you can keep all your dishes clean, and a full-size Miele fridge. And this is a full size, let me tell you. Not just to have a fridge, right below is a 3-drawer freezer, so you can keep all your ice cream stored at. And to keep you entertained, speaker right above you, so you can hear your favorite tunes as you or your chef is cooking. Coming out from the galley now, ending on the landing spot here, taking a step down, and you land in the hallway that leads you to the guest cabins and to the owner's cabin. We're heading to the owner's cabin, but before we do that, let me step over here. You see how much space I have above my head? It's extremely spacious, the whole boat. The leathers, the paneling of the ceiling and the walls are covered with leather. LED drag light right next to that. And towards the aft is where you have now full beam owner's cabin. But before we go there, the carpet, it is so plush, so soft. Yeah, you want to come here. You want to kind of go to the owner's cabin. Handrail, as you walk down, stitching right behind. Actually, very nice stitching. You know, Italians, they have the finesse, as they build things. Stepping inside, even the door frame itself, you have ample amount of space above your head. Your systems panels right behind these doors, so you can access those. Full beam owner's cabin. Once you come down, large windows on both sides with a portholes on either side as well, so you can rest assured you can let fresh air in if you want. And just like you have above, you can also put the shades down to give you more privacy. Large console here, so for storing all your nitty-gritty and things away. I like this little cabinet right at the top, or little storage bin, so small things can be stored here. When you're going full speed, you don't have to worry that some things are going to fly off. Ample amount of storage right below, so anything you may want to store, you can easily do that right here. King size bed, I want to say it's king size bed, looks like a king size bed. Behind that is your nice paneling. Same thing, a curved paneling like you saw upstairs, with trays right next to it, so even when you're going full speed, your remotes and things are not flying off. You have your power outlets, your light controls, USB-C chargers. Nice to see those. It's not USB-A time anymore. And of course, you have your reading lights on both sides, so whatever you may want to read, you can easily do that. Track light that goes visually, this makes this room feel even more spacious, because the track light is not going from bow to starboard, like bow to stern, but it goes from starboard to port, so extends the space even more. Talking about the space, the mirror right in front of you extends the space even more. And if you want to extend your experience beyond that, behind the mirror is actually where you have a TV, so you can enjoy that while you are in the bed, with a speaker right above that, Sonos speaker, so you can listen to whatever tunes you like. Love this lighting fixture on the wall as well, similar to the style that we saw upstairs. More mirrors on the sides to make this space even larger. And you have this low sitting furniture, once again, makes you feel like you're very close to the waterline, because if you look out from the window, it feels as if you could touch the water right from your bedroom. Now, for all your overnighters, you can use your full walk-in closet with plenty of storage all around. Safe right below here, and of course your hanging rods here for all your clothes, and even more storage for the ladies to keep all their things nicely stored at. And of course you have a full-size mirror, so you can make sure that you look great before you get out. Now, from the walk-in closet to the starboard, we walk into the owner's shower area now, and I tell you, the finishes here are as elevated as anywhere else on this boat. On the right-hand side is where you have this nice leather-covered little vanity desk here, so if the ladies want to use this perhaps to get ready, they can do that. Mirror also in front of you, with a nice little porthole, so you can either adjust it for full privacy or lift it up just like this, and now you can let ample amount of natural light in, or open up and let fresh air in. By the way, you close this up when you're on the go. Mirror right in front of you, blacked out faucet controls, as well as towel hangers, which actually nicely flows into the whole design. This is probably one of the nicest towel hanger we've seen. Talking about towel hangers, you can also use obviously your full walk-in shower, which is right over here, with Actually, you have a column, like a marble column right in front of you with a handheld shower and a rain shower right above you with ample amount of space. This closes up just like this. I tell you, this boat is so brand new. You see, you have stickers absolutely everywhere. By the way, if you're looking to buy this boat, visit yachtway.com because brand new boats like these are being sold and found at. Stepping out from the owner's cabin, heading to the first guest cabin. But before we do that, I also want to point out that there's a day head. So when the guests want to use that, rather than going into the cabins, they can easily do that by using this. You have a mirror right in front of you, a sink obviously, and of course, a walk-in shower, a dry head, nicely covered with like a marble-like finishes here. Your handheld wand here, and a little shelf to keep your shampoos, etc. stored away at. Closing this up, a towel hanger right next to that with a tiny little porthole and a window so to let natural light in. Stepping out from here, we're heading to the guest cabin, which is the first one. And this one has two twin beds with also a pullman. So if you want, you can pull down this one just like this. Voila. So now you can have 3 people sleep in the same cabin. Maybe a great place for kids. Right above that is where you have 2 speakers, nice LED track lights, spotlights right below that. Talking about spotlights, if you haven't subscribed to YachtWay Spotlight, you should 100% do that because over 12,000 of you have already done so. So why don't you do us and yourself a favor and hit the subscribe button right down below. Hello everyone and welcome to another YachtWay Spotlight. And once you are on this boat, you can watch YachtWay Spotlight from a TV right in front of that, which is covered behind a mirror-like wall. So lets the light kind of bounce around all over the boat. Storage pins right behind here. Now, before you go out, you may want to use a head, and that is now actually connected to the day head that I just showed you. Now stepping out from the first guest cabin with twin beds and heading down the hallway towards the bow now to the port side, which is where you have the second guest cabin with 2 twin beds. And once you come inside, very much exactly the same way like you saw in the first one. You have a pullman bed and also a large window on your port side with the mirror with the TV hidden behind it. And not to mention, you have a walk-in shower. What's cool about this walk-in shower is, well, the shower is cool, but you have a towel holder here. And look how they have done that. They have cut out part of this countertop where you can just hang a towel at. How cool, huh? This is something you don't really see, but this is really well utilized space, I want to say. And you can also use it as a handlebar. Maybe you want to hold on while you're doing your thing here. Mirror right next to that. Not to mention, behind the mirror is where you have a little medicine cabinet to store everything at. And the medicine cabinet even has, so if you want to put your toothpaste or tooth standing, you can do that. Now stepping out from the second guest cabin, heading all the way to the bow where you have your VIP cabin now. And even at the bow, I do want to point out how much headspace you have. Even when you walk all around towards the front of the bed, or towards the back of the bed, whichever way you want to call it. You also have windows on both sides, lets in a lot of natural light, portholes openable up, and you have this nice linen texture backsplash for your bed with LED light at the bottom as well as at the top with nice spotlights right at the top. If you haven't subscribed to YachtWay Spotlight, you should definitely do that. On the starboard side is where you also have a walk-in shower. Ample amount of space here, storage pins right below the sink, and of course mirror right ahead of you with your power outlet controls, with your light controls and shades that come down. Towel hanger, same way like you saw in the guest cabin, with an ability to use it as a handlebar. And not to mention you have a walk-in shower, which is kind of sits on a corner, so it's a nice triangle shape. So it's a lot of space inside with also an LED light there for your mood lighting. And of course on both sides you have large cabinet space, so whatever clothes you may want to store, you can easily do that with a rod right at the top, so ample amount of space. Now, you may be wondering, how does this boat look so good and so fresh from the design perspective, from the interior side? Well, it's because it's designed actually by a design division at Azimut called Yacht. And this is a brand new design view of the interiors of the brand new S8. So that's why you probably like it. And now it's time to go check out the crew cabin, which you access all the way from the port side now. There's a swinging door that comes out. You step inside and you take your steps down. Alrighty, so once you take the staircase down, you arrive at the crew quarters. And in the dead center is where you have your crew head now with a separate shower stall. Right next to that is where you have washer dryer separate units by Miele. On the port side is where you have a captain's crew cabin. So this one is single berth here, with storage bins right above it and an additional storage area right next to it. Mind the pillows and everything. This is a brand new boat. So all the brand new boats come with a lot of decorative stuff, etc. So this is where they're stored at right now. All the way to the starboard side now is where you have the second guest cabin. So your second crew cabin now, starboard side. You have a twin bed right next to it. So if you want to run this boat with 2 crew, you can do that. Or you can also run it with three crew. And for that, you have actually an additional bunk, a Pullman, right over here. So an easy way for 2 crew to sleep in the same cabin with storage bins all around, as well as storage cabinet right next to it as well. And not to mention, they have a TV. So whatever movies they want to watch, they can easily do that. Alrighty, welcome to the engine room. This one actually quite a unique. Well, first off, plenty of space above your head. This is your tender storage now, or your toy garage for your jet ski and for your chase boat or a tender. In the dead center is where you have a Seakeeper 18 now. This thing is a monster size. Also have 2 generators, both Cummins generators, and to save space, they've stacked them, which is kind of unique and cool. And obviously all these generators are mounted on rubber blocks, so it takes away any of the vibration, or as much as vibration as possible while you're in the cabin. Your AC chiller units, etc. on your starboard side. By the way, this one has a Dometic system, so it's a fantastic system for that. Your raw water pumps here. Stepping to the other side, you have a stair in the dead center, so you can enter the engine room either from the crew cabin, which we came from, or from the deck right above us, which is also an option. In a dead center where you have triple 1350 IPS engines now, I mean, easy way to really get everywhere. You have the batteries nicely in the box, separated on a higher level. So all these engine room people, they would appreciate that much. Your Volvo EVC controls, your, what else can I tell you? Oh, your Glendenning system. So for your power management, this is nicely stored in a box over there. But yeah, this is your engine room more or less. I mean, it's pretty simple. This was a full thorough walkthrough of the brand new Azimut S8 with a brand new interior. If you enjoyed this video, then hit the like button. If you want to see more videos just like this, then hit the subscribe button down below. And as always, if you're looking to buy your perfect yacht, then visit yachtway.com. It is the most modern yacht listing platform in the entire world, where you can browse select yachts in full 3D. As always, if you have any comments, suggestions, or cool boats you would like to see on the YachtWay channel, then leave us a comment down below. As always, thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers!